the South. Ain't got really feel me. Feel us. East Coast, feel me. Feel us. West Coast, feel me. Say what?
What's up, y'all? It's Kaya. I'm back with this week's recap and review of season 5, episode 16. We only got like 4 left, right? This one is My Name Is. This is about to be quick because I ain't really like it that much. I'm gonna give it like a 5. No, I'll give it like a 6 out of 10. 2 points for Liv Girl. Ever since Papa Billy died, grieving Liv, I love this. She ain't got no papa and she ain't got no man right now. This is a whole new side to her. She's struggling, she's suffering, but she's doing it so well. It's delivering to me. Thank you very much, girl. And then we get a point for my man's Joy because I could just see him and baby Jayla in the future. That was cute. Paige girl, we're gonna hold until we get to her officially with that fit because they be trying me on this show. But the song she sang and then the moment that Lele girl and Liv girl shared on the side to it, that was so nice. Scott and Coop, thank you very much. And point number 6, JJ. My man is owning his problems. He is realizing what those problems are and that he hasn't fully been dealing with them. And that's what he gonna go work on by himself. Starting with Sky and Coop. I can't believe I'm gonna say this because when the first lawyer thing popped up, this girl woke up one morning and said, you know what? I want to be a lawyer. And that's what she's doing now. It was a little odd to me coming from music, but it was because she couldn't do it anymore. She had to find a new dream. And this was what Mama Laura was doing. She was spending so much time with Mama Laura because Mama Laura was always getting out of trouble. She said, I want to be just like you so you can stop having to save me all the time and I can learn to save myself. That ain't gonna be the case. You're always gonna need Mama Laura for free. But honestly, y'all, I miss the lungs. I miss them. She didn't give me that much music that I liked, but she did have some good songs that I'd still be bopping to. This is one of them.
We like Bonnie and Clyde. We never switch no side, no. More like Nip and J Stone, cause right where we from, they call it the West Side.
I'll bop to that all the time. I need that back. My thing too is music. That used to be her love. She can't do it no more. She had to find something new to believe in, something new to pursue. But for something that used to be your passion, like you worked hard on this, you was in and out the studio on a daily basis, you know, when you finally started to have some people in your corner and you could afford some studio time on their dime. But for this to be something you were so into, and now we don't be getting no mention of it. You have friends that are still very much involved in music. This is their job. You live in a house with these people that do this on a daily basis. Yeah, she be popping up at events from time to time when they have them for music related things. Even when she is attending these events, I don't even get a dang, I kind of miss being up there on that stage, or you know, that used to be me at one point. Or even having someone else ask her about something related to music. Do you ever miss her from time to time? Or you ever think about trying to get back in the studio? Nothing. We get nothing. The whole law stuff, why I'm not really feeling it for this girl is it doesn't flow like how music flowed for her. Music came so natural. And granted, she hasn't been doing law for that long and she's just really getting into it since being under Mama Laura for a little bit here. But even being with Mama Laura, like she done put this dude, what's his name? DeMarcus? His name is not, is his name DeMarcus? What's that man name, y'all? You know who I'm talking about, Carlton Jr. He's basically like her right-hand man, even though he be making mistakes. But he has the background, he has the education. Coop doesn't have that. And I feel like for Coop, we don't get enough of her fully exercising. Like we don't see it, I'm gonna say we, not we. I don't see enough of her doing things related to law outside of this class that she now has to take. And before it started with her being with Mama Laura and answering the phones for her, and that was pretty much it, you know, let me answer the phone, take messages, until we got this law class. So now we're gonna stray away from her being at Mama Laura's office as much to her in this law class. But she's not really gonna be practicing that much outside of this class, so we're not really gonna see her doing anything related to law, but just being in other people's business. I need her to be less in other people's business and more practicing law. Can I get her at that island reading some book about law or watching a video or something about law related business? Because also when it comes to law, only tries to really practice the law when it's beneficial for her. Her with the whole preach situation. She saw this man over here, Carlton Jr. She saw him over here messing up. So she said, oh no, I don't have the appropriate background to really work this case. I'm still going to input myself anyway and do what I got to do to help him out. What case you working on now? Nothing. All this to say, I just want the music back. That was another thing with the she's not able to do music anymore. She got shot and they're acting like she was singing before. She was just rapping. Isn't that this might sound crazy. I don't even care. But isn't it just like a faster version of talking? It's one of the voices of booming systems. Girl, you could just throw it out there. I don't get why she wasn't able to do music anymore. It's just talking. It's fine, but you want me to talk over some music? Can't do that. That, I don't know. I need some clarification. This makes so much sense too, because maybe this is why she is the way she is now. Why she's in so many different people's business except much of her own. Why she can't even focus on her own stuff. Because she doesn't really have what it is she truly wants, which is music. We gotta get back there. Because then we got Sky Girl, right? They ain't been seeing each other like that. And I know because they ain't been showing us them together like that. They're with Nana Marita. Marita done messed her hip up, y'all. She jacked up. To me, it felt like she had a stronger connection with Coop over Sky. You know what really sold me on that? Because she said, you ain't been there to talk about General Hospital with me. She been keeping all her thoughts on General Hospital in. You can't even share with your granddaughter them thoughts? Nope. She been waiting for Coop. You better hold on to these two people right here, because these are the only two people that seem like they just want you around whenever they can get you. Like, it's so hard for them to get a hold of you. So when they can, they want to hold on to you. She ain't getting that from no one else outside of these two sitting right here. And she gonna jack it up right now. But before we get there, this supposed to be your girl. Y'all ain't been seeing each other like that. On top of not seeing each other like that, y'all ain't been communicating. And then you find out that she got this presentation coming up and you ain't even been told about it. So you telling her, yo boo, I'm gonna be there for you. Y'all know Sky Girl, she really likes Coop. She done told Coop she love her. I was like, that's a little soon, but alright. So she gonna take it for what it is. You telling me you gonna be there and you're making this effort to be more involved in our relationship. Alright, cool. I'll see you later. Presentation rolls around. There's no Coop in sight. But here's why. And this is why the whole law thing is just, it's baffling me a little bit. Because now we need a reason for Law to come back. She gotta miss this presentation so it can lead to what's coming later between them. Bring Professor back. You know what? We need you to do some law today. You gotta go do this assignment. Like, it just be popping up at random times. He puts her into this group. He basically told her, you gotta take the hood out of you when it comes to law. None of that. Who's man's? She go to these people and she's sitting there. She's the only one looking like this, by the way. She's trying to talk proper. She's trying to fix it. She said, this ain't me. Be true to who I am. She went back to the hood, brought it back out. Y'all, even still though, it sounded rehearsed. It doesn't feel natural that this is who she is or what she should be doing. So even her talking as she usually does, it still felt like she was trying to fit in with these people, which, yeah, she is, because this is new to her, but it doesn't feel like this is what she truly wants to do. I'm not sold on this being her new passion. Like, this is where me and Sky, we together here, because Sky Girl presentation going on. She's not even thinking about it. If she was just with her, that's the thing. It's not even like it's another day, y'all. We in the same day. Girl, come on. And Sky Girl, in her mind, back to her and Coop, when they were first starting to hang out, right, and went to Patient's event, she made her way to that event to support patients. She's made her way to many things to support people she love and care for. So for Sky to see you doing these things, and then for something like this to come up for her, and originally she wasn't even going to tell you about it because she said, oh yeah, I know you have a lot going on. No, she don't, girl. You sat here and said yourself, I will be there for you. I will support you. And where's that support at now? Nowhere. And then what makes it worse, which is why you do not deserve this girl. You don't even deserve her Nana. When they're back at the crib, seeing her in the same outfit. That's the thing. She's also in the same fit. Sky too good for her. And this is why I'm kind of mad at Sky too a little bit. You walk up in here, she chilling. She hop up, happy-go-lucky, and you're looking unsettled. You look like you're upset about something. Something seems off. It feels off from you, and she's not even sensing none of that. For you to have just had a conversation earlier in the day and you come in here now and she's not questioning nothing as to your demeanor, and then to go on talking about her day, how she succeeded for the day, how her professor gave her this opportunity today, how she's officially in the class, and it doesn't even, oh my gosh, your presentation was today and I missed it. None of that. She didn't even have none of that, yo. She didn't even question it. It was the fact that Sky, during that whole exchange, even still was holding out hope that you would catch on and you would be like, yo, I'm so sorry because I really dropped the ball there and that was on me. Even though you missed it, she still was giving you a second chance. Not even a second chance. At this point, it's like your 10th chance. Because then we find out that she told you she loved you before and you ain't never say it back, which I already knew. I I don't know if anyone else was questioning that, but ain't no way, girl. So for her to say here, I was like, you don't love this girl. Y'all are wilding with that. Stop with the love. Y'all can't just be throwing that strong word out there like that. You're gonna make it lose its strength. She does not love her. Quit it. And even Sky, no, she said, that's how you're gonna tell me you love me for the first time? Because she don't love you. Sky, don't take it. Do not accept it. She playing with you. She playing with your emotions. And ultimately, she ended back up with Paige. It's just a matter of time. Like, Paige is the love of her life. We just gotta get them there, and right now is not the time still. But for Sky Girl, she over it, and I will be over it too, because you're not gonna sit here and use me for when it's convenient for you. You're not gonna have me here just so you can have someone to fill this space until you can get back to Paige. I'm not gonna be that person. You are not gonna use me and my Nana to fill this void that you have in your life. You want a cheerleader, you go find someone somewhere else, because it's not gonna be me anymore, because you can't even be my cheerleader. You know what? They're not giving me music, it seems like, for a while. I'm gonna say they're gonna eventually give it back to me. I feel it. I do. But until then, even though she wasn't seeing Sky like that, but now that she's free, because Sky done broke herself away, they need to show some more law. I need to see some more happening here, because now she really has time. She don't gotta be thinking about, I mean, she wasn't thinking about Sky apparently before, and she doesn't have dates to go on anymore or has to make time to see her. So that means she has more time to focus on law. So I need to see more of this class and her working on law outside of here, her on the come up with Mama Laura or something. Y'all gotta sell me on this, because right now, Then we get our three girls. We got Paige, Lele, and Liv Girl. I love how they're all kind of dealing with the same thing, but just in their own separate ways. Bonding over identity crisis. Paige, who I used to be this indie artist, who I felt like I really understood the direction I was going in as an artist and who I was, who I wanted to be going forward. And now I just, that vision isn't clear to me. Liv Girl, this is the last big thing that I did with my dad, and now it's being honored, it's being recognized by so many people, but it's not being recognized as me. It's under an alias that I created, and it doesn't sit well with me and where I'm at in my life right now, and who I want to be going forward as a journalist. Then Lele from Monica Records is what I've built this entire time. This has been the dream. It's been in my mom's honor, but also I'm a Keating. And I now have that name. I also want to honor my dad, even though he's still kicking. But I don't know how I can honor both in a way without feeling like I'm betraying the other. And that's what they all going through. The fact that they're all dealing with this and they got them crashing a quince, I was for it. It was so cute. All here for this storyline. Loved every second of it. Here's what I did not love. They look so cute. The hair, the fits, everything looked so great for Lele and Liv. Paige? This is why she's having an identity crisis. Why is she dressing like this? They have her looking crazy. This is why. Because girl, what? She says these things about missing being this boho indie artist. And then even her reaction to the Fire and Ice video they had her wearing and the music and everything. Here's what I need to know. Did they send a photo of what she originally wanted to wear to Gia for confirmation? And Gia said, no, you got to change that. That does not fit the image of Patience, the artist that we're going with. Then the shades, yo, it's the shades. I said, they're see-through, so we see you. This is why she's battling so hard. This is why she keep letting me go in. Because y'all got this girl doing all these crazy things, looking crazy. Y'all gonna make her crazy. I don't get the three of them crashing this quince. Them just wanting to escape just for a little bit of time from everything going on outside of these walls here with these people that they don't know. Also, I really like how they incorporated past memories into this week's episode, and they didn't give me them flashbacks because I was very disappointed by the flashbacks before. So this here, how we learned of Larissa and Bella, and then we got to bring them back for a little bit. I said, all right, y'all, this is cute. I'll take it this way. Then we get up in the party, and Paige gets recognized. Girl said, I know that face anywhere. Vortex, can you sing for me? And she goes to do it. It was the moment, though, with Liv Girl. As soon as I heard the song, I said, this is probably her best song, honest. It might be number two. Might be number two, y'all. But it was a really good song. She's singing, and then we get the pan over to Liv and Lele. And the fact that Lele could just sense something was off with Liv. You just see, it was the way you see her face slowly start to change as the lyrics are sinking in. You see the dance happening on the floor. It's like the thoughts that were happening in Liv Girl's mind was like a conversation she was verbally having with someone, only she was not. So everything you could sense playing out, that the combo she had with Joy at the end, them the thoughts that was going on up in her mind in that dance moment, and you could just see it all there. And I saw it, so I said, girl, it's one thing to have to come to grips with losing him and knowing that the memories you've created with him in the past is all you have to live with going forward. But now being hit with all these things that you're not going to be able to do with him, while also at the same time you're dealing with this article that you were working on with him, and you're not completely satisfied with everything that's going on right now regarding that. You're processing all those things, and to be in this moment where you're seeing someone else have an experience you'll never get to have with your dad, another dance with him, and then that just leading you to think of what's going to happen down the line when you do get married to Spence, and you don't have him there to walk you down the aisle, and all these other firsts that you're going to have going forward, even your engagement before that, before the marriage. He's not going to be there when Spence pulls everyone together for the engagement proposal. Your first child, he won't be at the delivery. He won't be when you come home. First big award for writing. He's not going to be here for all of these moments. And I feel like these are real important moments. These are things you dream about as a kid. Your wedding day, getting married, having kids. And as you get older, you now going into journalism and building your career off of that, and to have all these awards and recognition coming your way, and she can't share that anymore with her dad as she would like to. So Liv Girl in this moment, seeing her process all of this information on a dance floor surrounded by all these people who do not know her, it just makes it even like you just feel for her even more in that moment, because none of these people know what she's going through. But the fact that Layla Girl is standing right next to her, and she knows because she's been here through it all. She's also living the same thing since losing her mom. She's having all these firsts, and her mom isn't here to see any of that. To have someone who knows what you're going through and who has experienced the same thing, and you know that they love and care for you. Y'all, it was pulling at my heartstrings to see the two of them in that moment, and her just like hugging up on Liv Girl to make sure she was good. You're at the beach house, and this is what I love. This is one of my favorite moments from the whole episode, and it wasn't that many, so this is up there. Is when she came in, it didn't even make me think at all of her and Spence's last convo with this girl coming and interrupting, ruining the mood and everything, killing the vibe. It just focused on what she was dealing with in this episode here, and her just coming to talk because you knew everything that she was feeling earlier wasn't resolved yet, and because she gave so much earlier in that performance, I was like, we got to continue this somehow, some way. And that's what we got with her and Jor. So when she walks in and she's just making small talk, she's not even checking for Spence, which I loved. Making small talk, Jor, he can see something's off with her, something's up, and he's just gonna play along until she's ready to talk about it, which it doesn't take much. Girl opens up about Papa Billy not being here anymore going forward for any more important moments. And my man's Jor, he understands he's not going to be here for him as well in his moments, but for Liv, and especially her wedding day, like your dad to walk you down the aisle. I'm gonna touch on this because the flashback does make sense in this moment where we saw her and Layla Girl talking about their weddings and how their dresses were going to be and everything. I'm pretty sure this girl has spoken about her wedding repeatedly. Like, Jor is probably tired before she lost her dad, He was probably tired as a kid hearing this girl talk about this wedding. He probably was walking past that door like, can you close your door, please? So many times as a kid with them, hearing them talk and brag about how their weddings were going to be when they got older. So for him, I know he knows how much this means to Liv and how much Liv is hurting because she's not going to have Billy there. So my man's over here offering up his services as her bro to be there and to be that person for her since she no longer has Billy. Let's go. Come on with the brotherly duties. I love them. And you know what's crazy is I never was checking for their scenes, like when they would have just scenes with each other. I was never checking for them like that before. I'm just like, where we going next? But now I live for these moments because they're getting closer and closer. And it's sad that it took Papa Billy dying, RIP to my mans, but it really brought them so much closer together and so much more involved in each other's life, have their moment, right? Spence comes creeping in, which you already know this dude heard them before he came up in that kitchen. Like, you know, he heard the conversation that was happening up in there. Here's Sean creeping as if he wasn't listening. He would. They peep him. My girl over here crying. They always got my girl crying now too. I said, oh, she gonna be all cried out until she get her man back. Liv girl though was like, oh, hold up, because let me dry my tears real quick. I actually wanted to talk to you two and let you know that I'm gonna put my name out there. Ain't no way Jaden, not even Larissa, is gonna be taking credit for this article because I did all the work. And they sat there, they was all quiet. I knew they was gonna be on board with it. Also because at this point, nothing bad is gonna come from it. She could put her name out there. The article's already out. Like, Garrett's gone. They're the stars of GAU right now. He done lost his daddy. They were trying to get his daddy on board to come to GAU. They're golden. Also, they know what she's been through. They're all going through it together. And then on top of that, this article, which she did work on with Billy, being that last big thing, ain't no way they're gonna be like, no, we don't think you should do that. You should leave it as Jaden. If it's recognition that you're looking for, we can give that to you. We don't think you should put your name out there because me and George just feel like we're just getting back on our feet at GAU. We don't think they ain't gonna do that. Everyone knows their name. They know Jordan Baker and Spencer James. Why they gonna hold back Liv's name? They not gonna do it. I said, this is gonna be so good. Now can we just get to Spence and Liv? The promo came on for next week's episode. Only get like 23 seconds. Like 23, maybe 25 seconds for your promo to show. And they're showing Liv at her award ceremony. She about to come out. Everybody gonna know her name. I said, this is what she deserves. She worked real hard for this. She lost her relationship. It was playing. I said, oh, they got everyone there. I could have sworn it was Lele Girl, y'all. I rewind it so I could see if it was Lele Girl. And then I looked. It was not her. It was not her. It was girl who thinks somebody love her. Girl who can't stay behind the register. You happen, girl. That's another thing too. She's literally Simone repeat. That's kind of me. Because at Spencer's launch party, when we had the little table situation happening, we had George sitting right here, Layla girl sitting right here. They were sitting like this. George's girl at the time was sitting over here, right? But George was like this. He was like this. They were separated. We got her at this table. She ain't even next to her man. Got Liv girl here, this girl here, Spence over here. Why is she there? Who invited her? And I know Liv girl better not have given her this invite this time around. Girl, I will take Liv out if she told Spence to invite this girl this time. I'm already gonna come for Spence if he's the one that just decided to bring her. If this girl invited herself though, I'll just take it out on her. But if either one of them extended that invitation to her, to Liv's event, it be trying me. I said, I don't want to see this girl. Especially after the last time I had to see her, and she really ruined what was about to be for us. We were this close. It was right within our grasp. And they said, nope, negative. You ain't getting that right now. You're going to have to wait. I said, yo, you play too much, but I better not see her in this next episode. Don't do it to me. For me to go 59 minutes and 37 seconds for you to throw her in the way you threw her in, Olivia, they're playing too much with them. I'm not here for the games no more. It's not fun. Then we have Lele Girl, who's dealing with her record label and the name change that's possibly happening, that ends up happening, because Papa JP is taking that step back. Well, he already took it, y'all. I want to leave my legacy to you. You are the legacy, baby girl. She is. And then she's gonna leave it to baby Jayla down the line. Before we get to baby Jayla, Lele Girl, she gotta have everything in order for her. She said, Dad, I really built up for Monica Records. The name was in honor of my mom, and I worked hard to get this label to where it's at right now, but at the same time, I am a Keating, and my dad is leaving this to me. It's something I also want, but I'm not trying to do this and just forget everything that I've built through For Monica. And that's what she's battling with back and forth here, right? I said, come on. Missed opportunities here for me. Don't do this to me. I need it. Y'all, they be playing. They playing with Spolivia and they playing with Jordala now too. Y'all can't be messing with both at the same time. I can't take that. Because I said, is she going to go talk to Jor about this, to have a moment with him about not being able to decide or what to do, or just being torn about the decision, even if she's not asking for his opinion about it, but just to express how she's feeling? They said, no, Kaya, we're going to give you something else. She's going to this quince and she's going to have this experience there. I said, I I'm gonna follow along. I'm gonna be like, Joy, I'm gonna play along. She's at the quince. She hears the name thing that the mom is talking about, how the daughter wants to hyphenate her name because she's a part of both. She is both. And Layla girl said, I am both. I like the way they did that. Okay, y'all did it. That was a great job of bringing it back full circle to her. You could see that play out on her face, how it hit her in that moment, and her realizing she wants to just hyphenate the name, just like she's gonna hyphenate her name, Layla Keating Baker. But before we get there, she let him know. She was like, what do you think about for Monica Keating Records? It actually sounds amazing, honestly, to me. It sounds better than for Monica Records. I love the hyphenation of it. But here's my thing. Yeah, Joy had this moment with Liv Girl. She told him what they did for the day. She had this whole sad moment with him. Could we not get my man's back at the other crib, his bedroom, their bedroom or something? Even my island, I would have taken that. And bring it back even more full circle. Take me to the table in the backyard. She could have been out there, you know, going over some more record label stuff. My man's could have had a moment with her too, where he mentions what they did for the day, being there for Liv possibly, and then her letting him know about the name thing and the name change, and her just considering that for the day. You know they love to update each other on their days. Back it up. Coop, you don't know what's going on with Scott. How Layla girl know where your girl is at in this exact moment right now? You have no clue. Her and Jor, that would never be the case. You thought she was gonna check our girl? You know where Jordan is at? Yes, she does. Tell her girl. Him and Spence about to go be with their head coach. It's the way she did it, so matter of fact, because there was no doubt in her mind. She knew where he was at that exact moment. If she wanted to be even more precise, she would have let her know that he had just got in the car, put his seatbelt on, and was just pulling out the driveway. She said, I ain't even gonna give her all that. I'm just telling her where he's headed to right now in this moment. But I know exactly down to the second what he's doing right now. Cause she do. Y'all couldn't just give me another moment with them at the end when my girl just let him know how she ended up doing a name change. Like, I know she told him anyway, but could I at least got to see it? I can't be going cold turkey like this from Jordala. Y'all are wild for that. Y'all really wild for that, because at the same time, you making me go cold turkey. You keep making this girl pop up, and you know I don't want her there. That's the thing. You know I don't want her there. Thank you for this breakup between Coop and Scott. But this girl here, I ain't want to see her. You made me see her. And then you sat here and gave me my I love yous a little while ago, and you've been making me go cold turkey ever since. Not right, AA. Spence and Jor, they're out here trying to recruit for GAU. They got Spence with the jailbird, Drill with the single daddy. His son was so cute though. My favorite thing out of that whole storyline with the two of them, when my man's Jor went and grabbed the boy up off the bench and he was holding his hand on the side of the field, I said that's gonna be him with baby Jayla in the future. I could see it. So he holding his hand. He's like, come on. He's so good with kids. Look at him. He was like, come on, daddy's about to play on the field. Let's watch. And that little boy, he was all for it too. He knew he could trust Jor. He could sense the father instinct in Jor because it's coming eventually. So he said, I'm going to give him some practice right now while daddy's trying to make his dreams a reality. The dreams that were once lost to him. Meanwhile, Spence and this guy over here, who he kind of lost his dreams too because he was locked up for a minute because his mom and his sis, they were struggling out here. That's the only reason why he did what he did. They weren't trying to let these two men be great. All the people on that list, they weren't trying to let them be great. But these two in particular, these are the ones we going after for today. Coach Kenny, he wasn't with it. He said, I already got my own people in mind. This ain't your job. This is what I do. They went and did it anyway. Ended up liking them. He said, you know what? I'm going to give y'all some scholarships. Never do that again. But I'm going to need to see the rest of that list. I like that we're seeing more of Jor in this leadership role and him taking the initiative, being more outspoken and really going after what it is what he wants and what he believes in. Love seeing that. Spence, I feel like that's something we've always seen in him, but it's for some reason it's just coming across more grown man status. Not compared to Jor, but compared to how Spence used to be. He always had leadership in him from when we met him in high school. But to see him now in this role, he just feels more serious now. And who knows? It could be because my man's done lost a lot of people. He done lost a real daddy and then a real daddy. So he's been through a lot in these years, which has packed on like 10 more years to him mentally. So I could see it that way. But yeah, it was nice seeing them work together and to get Kenny around onto their side in that way. But that was pretty much it. I would like to see probably just not them going more after the recruit type, but to see more of the leadership to where let Kenny sit back, let Kenny sit in the office and do some coach work in there and let them take the lead on the field for the most part. Yeah, they're freshmen. I'm over here talking like these boys are like seniors or something. Two of them together, they have that kind of capability to be able to lead this team to greatness. They could do that. Maybe that's what it is too, because had they had these two guys that are trying to recruit play an actual game where we got to see their skills that way instead of doing these practice drills and running through these tests that Kenny was putting them through, that would have felt a lot more fun. Because now that I'm thinking about it, for me overall this episode just felt slow. There was no real action happening. Even Paige, who usually be having these upbeat songs, the song that she sang this episode, I liked it. I really did actually, but it was a slow song. Coop, sitting in a study group, we got to listen to them talk about law. We got Lele and who they're dealing with their issues this episode here, and they're at this quince and everything's just going slow. There's no like real action happening, there's no fights happening, there's no games happening. And then we had the JJ stuff, which even that turned dark real quick. Like, he was bringing it down the whole way through. So yeah, they had a party trying to happen, but for the most part that whole thing was still pretty slow because my man, he moving differently now. We won't get to him right now. JJ changing. He said, I can't do this anymore, so I need to take a step back. His fraternity, they weren't trying to have it. We need you to step up, and you got to do what you do. You're JJ, you're the partier, so you got to throw this party at the beach house. That's it. It needs to happen. It's gonna happen. You're gonna make it happen. I doubted him. He was talking to Coach Montez before, telling him how he's changed and he's more focused on football and things like that, and for good reason. Because I said, nah, my man, something still seemed a little off, but I feel like he's slowly making his way to where he needs to be. So we see him here. He's not invested in this party that he is putting on at the beach house. He's only doing it for this fraternity. He's only doing it because they're now expecting much more than what he's trying to give them from him, but he's not able to give that. It was so sad. I'm seeing JJ being brought to tears. I never thought I'd see the day, and I'm so glad I got that day. My man was delivering. Go up there, he see the dude, right? He said, yo, what's wrong with you? And that man said, oh no, my chest. He fall to the floor. JJ said, oh my God, I was about to take like two of them things. He would have lost him. And I mean, when he was talking crazy about homegirl before, back then I probably would have been like, you kind of brought it on yourself. Just saying. But now, yes, he's been trying to do better. He's been trying to be better for himself and for everyone around him. He's not trying to be that person that he was before, but it's just everyone around him isn't trying to help him be that person that he wants to be. And JJ's always had his issues. You could always see that a part of JJ just, it wasn't connecting to who he was showing to other people, to who you knew him to be on the inside. Even from his time capsule video, he wants people to not take him as a joke, and he wants people to take him serious and to see him for who he truly is. But I feel like that's something that I'm still trying to see it too, JJ, but I'm slowly starting to see it a little bit more so now. For him, it's people always see you this one way, and he doesn't want to be seen as the party boy. And now, because he's accepting more of not being that person and he's trying to learn more of how not to be that person, he was gonna go take them pills because it's what was expected of him in that moment. He now has this pressure on him from people who are supposed to be his bros, and they're telling him to do one thing, and it's that one thing that he doesn't want to do. But to have that kind of pressure on you, he was willing, that's the thing, my man was willing to just try for a moment to slip back into his old ways so that way he could just get done what was expected of him. Wake up call he got though from seeing that dude, I said, no, JJ, we can't have that be you. And man said he got to do this on his own. That's growth right there. He said, I can't do it with nobody else. He's trying to be around people. Look, he went away for a bit. I don't know what he was doing, but it helped him just a little bit actually. So maybe he do got to go away and be by himself, because he came back and look what was happening. He was about to slip back into some old habits. We can't have that. So he got to go. And I also love that Asher is the one that he's really opening up to all this about, because Asher has really shown that he's been there this whole time for him. They go to the same school. He's his coach Ash, his bro, and he wants to see JJ do well. I don't expect him to open up to everyone, so for him to just have one person, I'm happy. And it makes sense that it's Asher. JJ gonna be a changed man. Like, we're not even gonna be able to recognize him. He gonna have a haircut. I think that's why they got him growing his hair out too, because they said when you come back, this transformation, nobody gonna be able to recognize you. He gonna have a whole new fit, whole new wardrobe basically. Gonna look like a changed man because he gonna be a changed man. I'm gonna be here for that changed man because I feel like he's on the way to greatness. And he gonna come back killing it on that field too. 100%. Because right now he only at like a 43, y'all. He only had like 43%. He did a little bit of work, but it wasn't that much. He ain't even hit the halfway mark. He got a long way to go. And he got to go away to do the rest of it. He came back too soon. Y'all, that was everything for this week's episode. And I'm going to see y'all all next time. Peace.